The world watched in horror as India's financial capital, Mumbai, was held under siege by terrorists for almost 60 hours. It all started on November 26th when two gunmen opened fire at the Chhatrapati Shivaji terminus. Within a few hours, it was established that Mumbai was under attack from terrorists. The Jewish Center, Nariman House, and the elite Taj Mahal Hotel and Oberoi Trident were among the places attacked, taking the total to 10. The operation to rescue the hostages at these places extended until the morning of November 29th.
60 hours of terror that will go down in history as one of the bloodiest hostage crises that the world has ever seen. At 9:30 p.m. on Wednesday night, terrorists enter the 22-story Taj Mahal Hotel and take hostages. Mumbai's anti-terrorist squad reaches. Explosions, gunfire start. Minutes later, the neighboring Trident Hotel is taken over by another faction of the same group. At 11 p.m., the terrorists hijack a police vehicle and drive towards Metro Junction, where again they fire into the crowd. As efforts to break the crisis escalate, so does the damage to the heritage Taj Hotel. At 2 a.m. early Friday morning, a fire breaks out in the hotel's central dome. 100 people are rescued from Oberoi. Nariman House is surrounded by the NSG. They begin Operation Black Tornado. At 2:30 p.m., anti-terror operations at the Oberoi come to an end. 2 terrorists are killed, 30 bodies are recovered. At 9 p.m., 46 hours after it started, Operation Black Tornado ends. As Saturday morning dawns, a string of explosions are heard from within the building. At 7:30 a.m., the gun battle intensifies. A fire breaks out in the lobby and the first floor of the heritage building. At around 9 a.m., firing stops. Finally, the sign the nation has been waiting for.
According to the Indian government's estimate, 172 people lost their lives in the attacks, most of whom were civilians. 30 foreign nationals were killed. It is because of the sacrifice of men like anti-terrorism squad chief Hemant Karkare that hundreds of hostages were rescued safely. Only one of the terrorists has been captured alive. He claims to be trained by the Lashkar-e-Taiba.
The Mumbai police have now put together a complete picture of his past. Ajmal was born in 1987 in Faridkot village in Pakistan's Punjab province. In 2007, he came across Lashkar-e-Taiba activists at the Rawalpindi Bazaar and joined them, not because of religious reasons, but because he thought their training would help him have a good future in crime. But at the LET camp, Ajmal took to jihad. He also underwent the secondary level Diwan-e-Khas combat course, and along with 9 others, he specialized Marine Commando training. The 10-member group was then sent on their mission of terror by LET Commander Zakiur Rahman Lakhvi. The 9 others were killed during the operation. Ajmal lived to tell the story.
The attacks have had political, social, and economic repercussions for India. They will negatively impact the performance of Indian stocks and the Indian currency in the short term. The attacks raise concern in the minds of foreign investors about the safety of their investments and their employees and establishments. Tourism can suffer long-term damage if the government does not get its act together. Shopping malls in general and the gold market in particular suffered huge losses in the days following the attacks. The length of recovery will depend on the government's response to the attacks. Politically, the attacks have affected India's already sensitive relationship with its neighbor Pakistan. India has demanded that Pakistan hand over wanted fugitives. Top Pakistani government officials have vowed to cooperate with India but have refused to hand over the suspects. Internally, the Indian Home Minister Shivraj Patil resigned, taking moral responsibility for the attacks. Maharashtra's Chief Minister and Deputy Chief Minister were shown the way out, and for good reason. On his first official visit to the Taj Mahal Hotel, Maharashtra's Chief Minister brought with him his actor son and a film director. Maharashtra's Deputy Chief Minister said on national television, such small incidents happen in big cities, further fueling public criticism were Kerala Chief Minister's remarks that if he hadn't visited the late Major Sandeep Unnikrishnan's family, not even a dog would have glanced that way. Whenever a city is attacked, be it New York, London, or New Delhi, the media lauds the spirit of its people when they go to work the next day. But this time, the people of India are determined to make a strong statement against the complacence of the authorities and the politicians.
खलबली है खलबली खलबली है खलबली खलबली है खलबली है खलबली खलबली है खलबली खलबली है खलबली खलबली है खलबली है खलबली.
Terrorism seems like this far-off thing in a far-off land that you read about in the newspaper but can never really affect you directly. Until one day, something happens. It hits so close to home and you realize you were never safe in the first place. We're all in it together, all the countries, all the people. And as Mahatma Gandhi said, when I despair, I remember that all through history, the way of truth and love have won. There have been tyrants and murderers, and for a time they can seem invincible. But in the end, they always fail. Think of it, always.